Hey everybody, hello, this is Sev. Welcome to our quick Norwex demo. I'm so glad you're here. Please say hello as you, if you're live right now or if you're watching the replay later, say hello. Allows me to, include you in the participation drawing, but don't hesitate to comment, ask questions, because I actually pre-recorded this video, but this is still a live event. I am live with you in the comments. That way it allows me to answer all your questions, but still keep this demo short and sweet because I want to respect your time today, right? So please say hi, tell us how you know each other, how you know our sweet host, how, if you're familiar with Norwex, I want to hear from everybody, okay? So I am Sev, and I've been using Norwex for almost 9 years. I went to my first party. I couldn't believe I could clean with a cloth and water, and I was hooked. I decided that I wanted all the catalog, but I didn't have that kind of money, so I just decided that I was gonna host a party, like our host is doing today. It's free, it's fun, and I got so much free stuff. So this is kind of why I have those colorful bags in the back. If you decide, you know what, I wanna host a party, I wanna get free products, I wanna have some fun, and you know what, your booking also helps your friend who's hosting today. Then pick one of the first 3 bags, okay? The blue, the green, or the pink. Those are for you when you host a party. It has my 3 top favorite cloths in there. And if these 3 bags are taken by the end of the party, not just this demo, just by the end of the party, then she gets the orange bag that has one of her wish list items in it. And she gets to get it once all 3 of you have had your parties. So this is what these are about. Now, hosting a party was definitely the best move for me when I attended my party, my first party, but joining was life-changing. As a consultant, I joined for free, you joined for free, and it allowed me to make $3 to $4 extra $100. Starting month 1, I made way more than that now, but I make way more than that now, but I started making the extra income that I needed for groceries, paying off debt, paying for some extra things. So my question to you is, you're not a salesperson, you work full-time, you're retired, you have 5 jobs, you're raising or homeschooling kids, but still, how would a side gig like Norwex work for you and help you earn $3 to $4 extra $100 every month? Just watch what I'm doing, because I'm a hot mess. You can probably do it better. So, all right, so why Norwex? Again, if you join, say hello, I want to hear from you, okay? I don't want to talk to myself. I want to interact with you. I want to know you. I want to know, how you're familiar with Norwex, and I want to hear all your questions because I'm right there to answer them as well. So why Norwex? Because we realized that using chemical products are toxic. I already posted about that in this group. It is scary. All those statistics are true, okay? So this is why we need a safer way to clean, which is just a cloth and water. And you know what? It works, okay? So there are 2 main ways that you can clean, all right? Number 1 is chemical cleaning, and number 2 is mechanical cleaning, and that's Norwex and water. Chemical cleaning is pretty much what it sounds like. You apply a chemical, you have to wait for it to work. In the case of these particular wipes, it kills 99.9% of bacteria and viruses. All your window cleaners, your floor sprays, your, dusting things, all of the bleach products, all of that. Those are chemicals because they require a chemical reaction. Now, what's wrong with that? Well, we know that we're not supposed to be around those ingredients. You have to glove up, you have to vent the place, you have to put on a mask and eye protection. We don't do all of that, but you should, right? And then the main problem is that no one reads the instructions. So who watched that toilet video? I posted it 2 days ago. That was the first video I posted, right? The toilet video was, it was my toilet. Guys, it is my kids' toilets. And I was like, there is no way. I actually compared Norwex and these wipes. And you know what worked better? The Norwex cloth and water, and I was shocked, right? Because I use these everywhere. But do you know that when you use these wipes, and it says it right here, allow the surface to remain wet for 4 minutes in order to disinfect. I've never done that. Who does that? Who reads the instructions on these things? Who picks up a chemical cleaners at the store on the shelf, turns it around and read the instructions? I'm not gonna raise my hands because I never did. And even though I had countless of those in my house, every room I had one, because it's convenient. You open, you grab, you throw it down. And even if you use a cleaner, a spray or something, it is convenient, right? But we don't read the instructions, therefore we're not getting this result. And that's why, if watch the toilet video, if you have not, when we're done here, go back and watch it. That's why it didn't clean the toilet seat the way we thought it did, right? And I know what you're thinking, but it smelled clean. It smelled like lemon. Clean has a feel. It doesn't have a smell, right? So we are conditioned to think that, oh yes, it smells clean. It smells bleachy. It smells orangey, lemony, whatever. But that doesn't mean that it's clean, right? So the other problem when we use chemicals is there's a residue. It gets in our hands, in our skin, because now we have dead, not 99.9%, but some of these bacteria and viruses did get killed, and now they're dead on your surface. And now you're putting your food in it, and your toddlers and your babies are licking it. Your pets are too, getting in their paws, in their mouth, the kids too. So that's the problem with chemicals, because later on it says rinse food contact surfaces with clean potable water after disinfecting. Here is step 2 that we don't do either. So that's the problem. So instead, let's clean with Norwex and water, and you actually remove 99% of bacteria. So now you are cleaning mechanically, which means you're not killing anything, you are picking it up. How? I'll show you in just a second. All right, so I'm going to focus on our top 5 products. I will also talk about a couple extra that I personally love, and one that is on sale this month. So I want you to take advantage of that, okay? Now, before I get to that, I posted about the mop. Did you see the mop? It was this afternoon around 4 p.m. And it's not anything, you know, it's me mopping my bedroom floor. So, but the mop looks like this. It comes with 2 pads, and you no longer need to use a bucket. You don't need to dilute anything. You don't need to have 10 different cleaners because you have multiple different floors in your room. You just need our mop system, okay? So if you have not seen that video, this is life-changing. In fact, this is the reason you want to host a party, because this is the most expensive product, like single product that we have in the catalog, worth every penny. But if it's not in your budget, host a party. Grab yourself one of those first 3 bags, pink, green, or blue, and then help your host today unlock more rewards, and just let me share all of Norwex with your friends. Okay, so our Safe Haven 5. Who has bought this before? It's a great starter set, okay? And the first cloth in here that I'm going to talk about is the Enviro cloth, okay? So I know it's a weird name. Why Enviro? I think it would come from environment. But so the Enviro cloth is like the flagship product of Norwex. If you only have one cloth, you probably have the Enviro cloth, right? If you have the Enviro cloth, go ahead and comment and tell us where you use it. And I know you're going to be tempted to say everywhere, because you're right. This is an Enviro cloth, and it cleans everywhere, everything. E like Enviro, E like everything. So this is your everything cloth, okay? So how does Norwex clean? It's mechanical cleaning. So instead of killing something, you pick it up, right? So bacteria is a pretty small thing, okay? Viruses are a little bit bigger. Protein, which is the one I'm about to clean in a minute, are actually the smallest of the 3. And so you need something very small to pick up something, those little tiny particles. And so that's what these fibers are. So this is a Norwex microfiber, right? You're probably wondering, what's the difference with the one from the store? Who's gone to Target in the last month and bought a microfiber, or Walmart, or Publix, or Costco, right? You're like, well, I've got 10 of those in my drawer. What's the difference? 3 differences. 1, the size of the fibers. In order to be called a microfiber cloth, our cloths have to be 1/6 the size of a hair. So go ahead and grab your hair. Nobody can see you. Just go ahead and do it. If you or someone else's hair in your home, if you don't have enough. And then grab your hair and think, or if it's back, it's in the ponytail or something. I was thinking my husband's bald, so I was thinking about him not having any hair. But picture 6 times smaller than that, right? That is pretty small, right? So that's the size of the microfiber cloths, the microfibers of the microfiber cloths at the store. The fibers in our cloths are 1/200th the size of a hair, 200 times smaller than this in diameter, okay? So now you see the size of the fibers in here. They can pick up teeny tiny things like bacteria. So they just pick it up, just like me picking up this cloth from the counter, right? Just at a much smaller scale. So you are removing it, and what's left behind is just water. So you don't need to wait any length of time. You don't need to rinse later. You don't need to worry about someone coming in there, putting their hands in there and touching or licking or anything. And it's just water left. Now, what happens to the bacteria, what's in there? There's silver in our cloth. So those of you who already have Norwex in your home, did you know that when you look on the tag of the cloth and you see this word right here, the backlock, do you see that word backlock at the top of the word Norwex? It means that the cloth actually has silver in it. Who knows what silver is for? Anybody? So I'm not gonna raise my hands because I know now, but I did not know at my first party. Did you know that silver is antibacterial, naturally antibacterial? So it keeps bacteria from growing. Silverdene, silver nitrates, colloidal silvers, those are 3 of the many different forms and substances that silver is turned into to help with health or medical needs, right? So silver keeps bacteria from growing. So now that you have the bacteria in here, you just rinse the cloth, and I'll show you that in a second, and then you just let it dry, and while it dries, the silver goes to work and purifies the cloth. So you have a cloth that self-purifies, okay? And then the third difference, and I'll show you now with the raw chicken, is that there is a special weave that all our cloths are woven into, and so it actually traps everything. So this is one color of the Enviro cloth. I'm gonna use mine right here. That's my spring color that I'm using. So I'm gonna wet it, okay? This one, I dried fully, so it was not wet. So I'm just gonna wet it. So just wet it, and then you wring it out. See, it does not have to be drenched, just slightly damp, okay? Doesn't have to be drenched in water, just slightly damp. Now, when you clean, fold it flat, okay? Fold it flat so you can actually mechanically have like a contact surface. If you're scrunching your cloth, you're not gonna have as much, right? So what we're gonna do is I'm going to smear raw chicken on our cutting board. These are the Norwex cutting board. We have several different sizes. I have all 3. This is the small, this is the mini, and there's a much larger one that's down there at the bottom of mine. But that's one of mine right there, but that's the medium size, if you will. They're not plastic, they're not wood, they're made from rice husks. It's the best cutting board I've ever had. I can't say anything else. But the little raw chicken on my cutting board. So what I'm trying to do here is clean the protein. So this is full of protein, and like I told you, protein is actually smaller than bacteria and viruses. So if we're going to successfully clean protein, then we know that it works with anything that is bigger. So in order to actually show scientifically, I'm going to use those protein swabs. I use those in the chicken and toilet video because there's also protein in pee and poop. So that was a good one to do. So the way these works is green means clean, gray, pink, purple means protein. And these are not Norwex at all. The company that makes those is called Hygienia. So anyone can buy those. You don't have to be related with Norwex in any shape or form, okay? So since I have 2, I'm gonna swab. That's the swab here, and I'm gonna put it back in here. I'm gonna swab before we clean, because I wanna show you what happens at the bottom of the tube once the liquid at the top comes in contact with the swab. See, you can tell, you see the purple? So this is a test swab. It's protein, like purple. It's full of protein, okay? So now let's clean with our, it's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the one tag here, and I'm gonna clean with the side, that square that has the tag. That way we remember that was the side that had the chicken on it. So nice and flat, clean like this, okay? Don't put a lot of pressure, you just wipe, all right? And then I'm gonna use my second swab to test. Are you ready? All right, so just as a reminder, this is before. What color do you think this one's gonna be? What? This still blows my mind. It's been 9 years. Before Norwex, after Norwex. So now it's green, green like clean, so there's no more protein on here, so there's no more raw chicken. Where did it go? We picked it up in this side of the cloth, okay? And this is not a magic show. I told you that these fibers are woven in such a way that traps everything inside, so that juice has gone in. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna use that same side again to clean this board again. And you know what, we're gonna clean this side of my countertop right there. And then let's test all of these surfaces. Cutting board, the countertop, let's test this side of the cloth, okay? Because the chicken has not magically disappeared. It is inside, but it's been trapped. There is 10 million feet of fibers in each of these cloths, so there's a lot of nooks and crannies to get all that juice in there. See, it is still green. So before, still after, still green. Now, you're probably wondering, wait a minute, maybe this swab doesn't work right, so I'm going to stick it in the chicken juice because I do want to make sure that both swabs work equally well, so this is an actual good demo. So yeah, there it is. See, they're both purple now. So that's why I love doing this. Now, do I spend my time licking my cutting boards? No, right? I only do this for the demo, but this shows you that, well, my saliva is on here now, but the only thing that's left on here is water. I would use this right now, cut some fruit up and feed it to my family. I would totally feel safe because I removed all of the protein from the raw chicken, all the juice, my saliva, whatever was on that board before, with Norwex and microfiber, and it removes 99% of bacteria. Everything from the surface is gone. Okay, so this is how Norwex works. Now let's talk about the second cloth in here, which is the window cloth. And in your set, when you get this box, it's going to be purple, and I like that purple color because it reminds me of the polishing cloth. Okay, now there's all kinds of colors for the window cloth. Now, who has a window cloth? And if you do, it's probably like your favorite cloth ever. All right, so let's get to my fridge here, because I'm gonna put some butter on my fridge, and I'm gonna use my purple spring window cloth. It's the same cloth, I'm in spring mode, so there it is. See, it's still the window cloth. So I'm gonna put some butter on here. This has some fingerprint mark for my kids already, but it's not super obvious from, you know, where you guys are through the video. So I want to add not chicken, but butter. Okay, so who has fingerprints? Who has dog slobber? Who has all the marks on their stovetop or oily stuff? So this is where you clean with your Enviro cloth and then you polish with your window cloth. So it's an easy two-step thing where you clean with this one. Now remember, this is the side that had the chicken. See where the tag was? So if your brain is like, just flip over. You can even flip inside, and then those two sides have not seen the chicken at all. So you can, that way you can clean with all 8 sides, multiple surfaces in a row. And so now, what is another way that you might clean this butter with conventional cleaners? Paper towels, window cleaner, wipes, you know, all-purpose cleaner. But then you would drown all of that with the cleaner, and it's a hot mess, and then the sun shines on it and there's a bunch of streaks. Instead, grab your Enviro cloth and pick it up. Remove all the grime. I mean, butter is pretty greasy, so that is quite a bit of grease here. If you ever feel like, you know what, I need to go to this next side because that was a lot of butter. Well, it wasn't too much, but like this, right there where that water drops. And so, let's hear it. Who likes the squeaky clean? I do. And so now I'm gonna get my window cloth, my pretty spring window cloth, and just shine it. And if you look closely, you can see, do you see the streaks just disappear right there? You can see on the end there. Look at the top. See how they just disappear? And what do you have left? A shiny fridge. Look at that. This had butter on it just a second ago. So really what your window cloth does is it shines, it dries a surface that was previously left wet by your Enviro cloth. And now it's shiny. Look at that. And it took me seconds, guys. It took me seconds to get this result with this fridge. And then so you're starting to realize, I'm gonna save tons of money with these 2 cloths, it's gonna be safe for my kids, it's gonna be easy for people to clean in my home, to help. I'm gonna save money and time, and you're helping the environment as well, right? Because you're not using as many paper towels and trees and all of that. So hundreds of dollars, no more bleach, no more antibacterial wipes, no more, or very, very 90% less paper towels. You can still use them, I understand, you know, pet messes and all that, I get it. No more all-purpose cleaner, no more these. So talking about paper towels, did you see that video where I showed the counter cloths? These are the exact, they don't come in that Safe Haven 5 box, but they're a separate product. These are the exact replacement for your select a size paper towels. But you know that you typically spend about $100 to $300 a year just on your regular paper towels, just on your consumable throwaway paper towels. Like you go to Costco, you go to the store, you go to Sam's Club, you get your giant 20-roll thing. You spend between $100 and $300 just on paper towels. This house with 6 cloths is $60, and you will have it for years. So it absorbs so much water. It can be used as napkin. I put it in my produce to keep them longer. They absorb the extra moisture. Wiping counters, I mean, just whatever you would normally do with paper towels. And then you can keep your 1 roll of disposable paper towels to clean the pet messes and the occasional vomit. And I get it, you know, but you can get them in this holder too, or just by themselves. You just want to, you know, get them by themselves. But love my counter cloths. I actually have not used, I don't have pets, I have not used paper towels in almost 5 years now. Okay, so let's get back on our box. Number 3 is the dust mitt. I did not like to dust. Who likes to dust? I actually have encountered people who do like to dust. I don't like to dust. I still don't, but now I do it more willingly because it is so easy. Norwex dust mitt has a thick weave, on both sides. So if you're a lefty, it works too, okay? And it actually has when you use Norwex dry, it actually has a static charge, so it actually dusts by attracting dust, hair, particles, right? So furniture, blinds, air return vents, dashboards, electronics, everywhere in your home, right? So it is so easy. And you know that the reason you actually dust more often is because you use dusting spray. And the dusting spray is gonna leave an oily residue on your furniture, your surfaces, and that residue will attract the dust faster. Did you know that? So by dusting with Norwex, 1, you will dust more effectively because instead of fluffing the dust up in the air, you will actually attract it to this mitt, really. So it's gone. I mean, it comes back, but it will take longer to come back because then you're not leaving any residue. Number 2, you're not leaving any residue behind because you're just using this mitt and the static charge that it contains, right? And that's why I would suggest to host a party, because you can get another one for free and become a dusting ninja, or have 1 downstairs and 1 upstairs. Did I say downstairs and upstairs? Downstairs and upstairs, you know what I mean? And then you can kind of just touch things, you know, all your frames and your knickknacks super easily with these 2, okay? So I was offering the samples of the EnviroCloth and the window cloth. So if you are still waiting on your samples, then coming. But that is another great reason to host a party, because now all your friends will get to have a chance to try on their samples. So remember, if that's something you're interested in, just pick a color. Write book me in blue, or book me green, or book me pink. And if all 3 of these colors are taken by the end of the party, then our sweet host is gonna get the bigger orange bag. That's for her right there, after the parties have been held. All right, we're almost finished. Number 4, the cleaning paste. So who has the cleaning paste? Because I bought a very similar package at my first party. I had the cleaning paste right away, and this is incredibly versatile. So it comes completely full when you get it. It is kind of a chalky, it's not toxic. It is made from chalk, marble flour, coconut oil, and natural soap. Those are the 4 active ingredients. It will go all around your house and last for years. Years. So stovetop, oven, grill, patio furniture, shoes. I have a pair of my son's nasty shoes that he mows the grass. He has a little mowing business. I have 3 kids and I homeschool. I may have forgotten to say that earlier, but my 10-year-old started a mowing business, and so he has a dedicated pair of shoes that have turned pretty much green, and so I can get the green off of the shoes with that. In the bathroom, all the rust, soap scum, hard water, grouts, permanent marker, even on someone's face. If someone decides that they're gonna write on their skin, you can also remove permanent marker that way. So the way you use your cleaning paste, you grab a corner of one of your Norwex cloth. I mean, I'm gonna use this Enviro cloth. If you have a kitchen cloth, that's fine, or the counter cloth, as long as it's damp, right? So just dab a corner like this. That's why it's gonna last a long way, because it's a little bit goes a long way. And so just make sure that this is kind of dry right now. And this is a piece of hardwood floor, okay? So there it is. Isn't that crazy? Who's behind me? I see you. That's the one that has a mowing business. I was just talking about you. Look at that. You can remove permanent marker from your, even like your kids' faces, your walls, your floors, your baseboards, nail polish, dry erase marker, like the one that dries on the school whiteboard if you're a teacher. This cleaning paste will be the best addition to a classroom because it's safe around the kids. See, there's no toxic anything in here. What I prefer, what I love about this is how versatile it is. Like, for instance, for the stovetop, I used to have a glass stovetop, works great on that. I have gas now, but it worked great on my glass stovetop. The cleaner that I used to buy for that, it was only for the glass stovetop. And I don't like that. I didn't think, it was expensive. I don't think it smelled really well, and I was never impressed with the job it did. But what I didn't like is that it was the only job it did. So then I had to buy something else for the oven, and something else for my grouts, and something else for the... Now I have one tub of elbow grease in a jar for everything, right? So, and that's why we put it in our Safe Haven 5, because you definitely want that. Now, let's talk and finish with laundering. How do I care for my cloth? Some of you may be wondering, okay, how do we take care of our Norwex cloth? So what do I do now that this has raw chicken on it, permanent marker, butter? What do I do with this? So you go rinse. Would you do this elsewhere, please? What do I do with that? So go rinse your cloth. So we're gonna go back to the sink and just rinse your cloth and just like rub it between your hands so that, you know, like if there was a piece of raw chicken on there, or, you know, a big glob of butter, then that would go right down the drain, right? And so when I do this, when I'm done right there, so I'm gonna basically, I've rinsed the surface of this cloth, so then I'm gonna hang it. Hang it. See, all of our cloths, all of our mitts, all of our pads for they all have, I wasn't showing you what I meant to show you. They all have a tag, okay? Not only does it say what that cloth is, but it's great to hang them, right? So hang it to dry. While it hangs, the silver goes to work and it purifies the cloth. What does it mean? It means you don't have to launder this right away. You don't. It will purify itself. When I grab this tomorrow or next week, it will not smell like raw chicken or nasty butter or good old permanent marker. It is ready to go, okay? Now, every once in a while, I'm gonna put those in the washer. Once a week, once every other week, depends on how often I'm gonna use the cloth, right? So warm or hot water is best. Dryer is perfectly fine. No bleach, no fabric softener, no dryer sheets, okay? Those are pretty toxic. As far as detergent, we recommend one of our 3 detergents. So we have a powder, or we have a liquid, both unscented or lavender, or we have those Eco Wash strips. So you only need one, you don't need all 3, just choose which one you would like. So the powder is the oldest one we've had. This is basically what our detergent looks like when you mix it with water. Okay, that's the laundry detergent. It is completely clear, completely free of artificial fragrances, dyes, sulfates, phosphates, chlorine, optical brighteners, and fillers. So these are the detergents that you would normally get at the store. Powder is the green, liquid is blue. Just look in the blue. It always blows my mind. Do you see that cloud down there in the blue? Do you see that cloud of fat? It's animal fat floating. You see that white cloud down there? That's what I used to wear because I used to wash my clothes with that. Artificial fragrances, dyes, phosphates, sulfates, chlorine, and all the fillers. And the fillers in the powder are even more noticeable because they're just sitting there. Let's see if we can find them. There they are. You see all of the debris that fall right there? That's what that is. There they are. All the debris. If I keep turning it, you see it. Sawdust, bones, or shattered glass. Yes, it's in the detergent. It's not written as is on the ingredients, but if you start digging on the list of your detergent, and I'm challenging you to do that, and also go to a website called ewg.org, environmentalworkinggroup.org. It rates the toxicity of cleaners, soaps, detergent, all of that, based on how toxic their ingredients are. So that's something to look into. So our powder or liquid, our eco strips, they're so concentrated that you only need a small amount. See, you need a big scoop full or cap full of this because there's a lot of extra ingredients. Ours you don't. And these are the best for caring for our cloths. So if you rinse your cloth, wash them weekly in one of those detergent, you're likely to have those for almost a decade. Okay, if you care for them well, they will replace chemicals years after years in your home. I currently use the lavender liquid. That's what I have right now on all our laundry. I love it. I have 3 kids and a husband. Kids are young enough to where there's a lot of, we're in the teen years. Stink. Oh, they stink. I love my kids, but the teenage stinks is real. There's hockey practice, so I have to wash all that gear. My husband runs, he used to do marathons. I stink too. My daughter stinks. There's still poop and pee and blood and vomit and all the spills and all that. So I need detergent that works. These work, okay? So to give you an idea, if you have high efficiency, you need a teaspoon of this. You need a squirt of that. And then as far as this detergent, so this detergent comes, the Eco Wash Strip, it's not as economical, but this is great if you live in a confined space. So those of you who love RV life, who has an RV and likes camping or lives semi-permanently in a fifth wheel or something like that, fifth wheeler. So this is great. Or if you have a child in college in a dorm, think about this. So it comes in those pre-cut strips. Well, this is what you would use for a regular load. And if you do a small load, you can actually cut it even more and then do these. Okay, so if you have a non-HE, it's still just a tablespoon per load of this, and then 2 to 3 squirts of that. This particular bottle has 235 loads HE, over 200. And I counted, so it is true. I'm trained as an engineer, so I needed to count. I wanted to make sure. Okay, now I did mention no dryer sheets. Do you know that dryer sheets is the #1 most toxic things in your homes, right? So I recommend the Norwex dryer balls. So you get them like this. There's 3 in there. 3 wool balls, New Zealand wool to the core. I have some in my dryer that are 4 or 5 years old. Typically, they will last between 6 and 8 years. I know they look like the ones from the store, but these are much higher quality and they will last much longer. These will help separate your clothes. They go like through sleeves and pant legs, and they help dry faster and at a lower heat. So if you have a lot of static in your laundry, that's probably because you're over drying your clothes or you're drying really high heat. So when you start using these, try just shorten your time, shorten by 10 minutes. lower your heat, and static don't even have time to come, but your clothes will be dry because these will help tumble them in there. And mine stay in my dryer. All 3 of them stay in the dryer. There's no reason for them to get out. They sleep in there perfectly fine. But I want to share these because they're on sale this month, and so is this. So I'll share about this at the end. Those 2 things are on sale, so I don't want you to miss out on it. Okay, so we're done with our box, but let me share a couple of my absolute favorites since we have a couple more minutes. If you have any questions, please comment. Don't hesitate. If you're like, there's so much stuff, I want more, I want free, host a party, right? And you write book me, and then you pick out one of the 3 bags. What happened for this one? Maybe when my son was here. Pink, green, or blue, those are for you. And it has my top 3 cloths that I'm about to talk about actually. In one of those, in each of those that I use daily. And then if all 3 bags are taken, then that's for our sweet host over there, the orange one with something on her wish list. Okay, so my absolute favorite cloth is the body and face cloth. So who has a body and face cloth? So you just need water. Again, I'm gonna go wet it. I take all my makeup off with this. I wash my entire body, head to toe. I have not used shower gel or soap, bar soap, anything like that, from my forehead down to my feet in about 8.5 years now, okay? I take my makeup off with this guy. Yes, I have eye makeup on. I have foundation, mascara, shadow. I had lipstick at some point today. Look at that. Takes all of your makeup off and then it feels so good, you guys. It feels amazing. So I'm just gonna do like this part of my face here so you can see the difference. But because you're not using cotton and mascara remover and toner and cleanser and all of those things you have to buy, it doesn't leave any residue on your face. So you can see I still have my makeup here but not there, and it leaves your skin so clean, so not dry. Like soap is what dries you out. So if you're suffering from things like, or someone in your home, eczema, acne, psoriasis, rosacea, I am not saying that this cloth will cure that. What I'm saying is removing soap might actually help your skin tremendously, but you're still cleaning yourself here. So when I go here and here and here and there and my feet, what I'm doing is I'm removing the bacteria on my skin. What causes the sweat to smell? Bacteria. Why do our feet stink? Bacteria. What about this area? Bacteria. The bacteria is what causes the body odor. If you remove the bacteria, which this does with just water, then you are clean. Last benefit, shaving. Shaving, when you shave here or over there, you just go over your area with your razor and shave. No shaving cream needed, no need for any lotion or soap or cream or gel or anything, because this will remove the dry skin every day. Gently remove the dry skin on your skin. So you don't need, you can just shave right on there with a wet razor. There is nothing that you're gonna cut through or you know, irritate. You're not gonna have, I haven't had an ingrown hair in almost a decade. It's incredible. I used to have them all the time when I was younger. I hardly remember what that was now that I'm thinking about it. I don't have any burns or cuts or anything like that. Shaving with this has been a game changer. And like I said, my husband is bald, so he shaves all of this and all of this every day or every other day. And he does so with his Norwex body and face cloth and his wet razor, and that's it, okay? Love this. Another great thing, in case you're already a Norwex user, I thought that would be something that I wanted to show you something new, right? This dishcloth, okay? This is the dishcloth. So do you, let me grab it. Do you have, who's familiar with this? Who has one of those lurking in their sink? If you've had it more than a couple weeks, it probably smells bad, right? And I was done with these. This is the Norwex netted dishcloth, and this is what replaces this, okay? So like my Norwex dishcloth back there, there it is. It's little bit wet. I was washing dishes earlier. I use this with dishwashing liquid. I just wet it. I ball it up, wet it. It's gonna shrink a lot. I know it looks big. If you want to cut it, you totally can. You ball it, you know, wet it, ball it up. Put some dishwashing liquid in it because it's not a microfiber, you know, it needs soap. This is just the replacement for the sponge. But the benefit is it has too many holes. Bacteria cannot hold on to this. It just doesn't. So instead of grabbing onto them, they just die. They just die. They just wash off. So this cannot harbor bacteria the way this does. This is full of nooks and crannies for bacteria to get in there, make babies, stink up the place, take over, and next thing you know, it's just you know, all over. So this dishcloth will never smell. The one I have over there is 2 or 3 years old. I hardly ever wash it. I just make sure I get the food off of it at the end, just wash it off as I'm getting the soap out of it, done. And it sleeps in the bottom of my sink. This is what my husband fell in love with because he was tired of walking by our kitchen sink and getting that, what is, you know, you get that whiff of sour and mildew, and it feels so awful. You're like, what happened in here? Who died in this sink? You know, it has that, which comes from this most of the time. All right, last one, which you might not know about this, so you may have seen, and these are extra. They don't come in this set, but I thought for those of you who are already familiar with Norwex, I wanted to bring you something new, and those of you who are new, it's something new as well. So here I have a couple of tea towels. They're like a special limited edition kind of waffly tea towels that Norwex has, because we're at the spring and that's what I'm using right now. But the rest of the year before these came out, I like to have, this is the chenille hand towel. Who has a chenille hand towel? Anybody does? Do you know that when you put this on, which is, there's a little sleeve here, and you kind of thread this through, it can't go anywhere. Now these are great, but if someone grabbed them, then they're off. This is great for littles to dry their hands on, but they can't get it off. Like in my guest bathroom, I've got one of those. It looks like this. All of those little fingers dry your hands, and it won't stink because it has the silver in it, right? If you're like, what? The silver is in everything. Yeah, and I remember that silver, if you don't remember it, silver is your bacteria birth control for all your cloths and your towels, because it keeps bacteria from multiplying and settling down in your cloth. And so it keeps that mildew smell at best. So I wash this maybe every 2 weeks. Yes, even in my guest bathroom, in all of our bathrooms upstairs. And so I used to have one right here, and you just need something to thread it over, you know, a ring, a bar, a towel hook, something, right? So I love this too, in case you hadn't seen it yet. All right, so we're done. If you have not said anything yet, or if you joined halfway through, I'm glad you're here, but please go ahead and comment, say hi, you know, all of that. I'm here still answering the questions. So just to sum up, I went over the Safe Haven 5 and then talked about a few extra products that I thought would be beneficial for you guys. So how do I order? So there's 3 things you can do today. You can spend money, you can save money, or you can make money. All right, so spending money, it will be worth every penny because it will replace so many cleaners in your home, so much money in paper towels. Norwex saves you on average $600 to $800 a year that you would otherwise spend on all the cleaners, all of the paper towels, all of the, you know, reusable and disposable things that you have to replenish. So I'm going to post the catalog link. If you like to flip through the pages, you can do that virtually. And if you go at the end, page 78 and 79, this set right here at the top, it's called Safe Haven 5. You can look for it. It has the 5 products that I talked about that came in this box. You know, the EnviroCloth, the Window Cloth, the Desk Mitt, the paste, and whichever laundry detergent of your choice. Okay, so I highly recommend starting with that. We also have a plus one that has kitchen towel, cloth, spear sponges to you know, scrub but not scratch, and then 3 of the body cloths that I was just taking my makeup off with. So right there. And if you want it all, we even have it all packaged down there with the mop. Okay, just add water package, sorry, It used to be called something else. Just add water package down there that has pretty much everything I've talked about. Now, there's a lot of things going on that you can take advantage of. The Cinderella deals. So message me to place your order, right? Because I want to be able to serve you, send you the link. Sometimes I post the link and you can't find it, or you have questions, or you have technology issue. Just message me. That way I can serve you, I can build your cart for you, I can place your order for you, or just give you the link and you can browse, okay? So by tomorrow night, so those are the Cinderella deals. If you spend $50 or more, if you place your order by tomorrow night, you will receive a sample of a laundry detergent, a sample of this, which you can put in your own spray bottles. So see, I have my Ultra Power Plus. That's why it says UPP. That's what this thing is called. And this is a great mix that I spray with a cup of, and that I mix with a cup of water, and it removes a lot of my stains on my carpet and my furniture. So this is my magic spray. So if you spend at least $50 by tomorrow night, you will get a sample of this with instructions to make your own magic spray. If you spend $100, you're gonna get a travel Enviro cloth, okay? The chicken cloth, travel size. If you spend $150, you will get a counter cloth, the one that replaces paper towels. And if you spend $200 by tomorrow night, you'll get all three. And that's not on the website, it's from me, right? I will send it to you automatically. Don't worry if you don't see it on there, that's my thank you to you. But I told you that some of our laundry products were on sale. So in addition to my deals to you, I'm posting this little flyer on there. So when you spend $99, you can get our dry balls half off. $15, they're usually $29.99, okay? They will easily save you hundreds of dollars of those dryer sheets, because those are definitely costly. So $99, look in the cart, you can add the specials, and you can add this for $15. So if you wanted those dry balls, as soon as you spend $99, you can add those for $15. So if you get your Safe Haven 5, you can add the dry balls for $15. And then if your order reaches 110, the product order, of course you can add the dry balls, but you can also add our Eco Wash strips for $18, and that's about 40% off because they're usually $31.99. Okay, so you save about $14 on that. So if you were curious about how these work, as soon as you put water on those, they will dissolve like that. In fact, if you want to wash your clothes in the river, if you're camping, it is 100% biodegradable. It will be fine for the river life. Isn't that crazy? So these are in addition to my Cinderella deals. You can just pile up the savings, okay? So message me. Now, do you have a limited budget? Do you have a long wish list? Do you want to have fun? Do you want to get free products? Host a party. It's free. It's fun. What you do is you invite your friends and you have fun interacting with them in the group. I will do the rest, okay? So if these 3 bags are still available, go ahead and comment below, book me blue, book me green, book me pink. If all 3 bags are already taken and you're like, I want to have a party, I got you. I will find a freebie for you. So don't just book me and make up a color, right? And then when those first 3 parties have been held, then our sweet host will open the orange bag. And why do I suggest that? It's because it's a blessing. It is a blessing. I love my hosts. I love to share Norwex, and I want to be able to send the free samples of the Enviro cloth and the window cloth to your friends. I want to be able to change your friends' homes and make them safer for their kids and their pets and their own health. And I just love that. I love to meet new people and get to tell them a good news that, hey, you don't have to use these. These make your family sick. Do you have allergies? Do you think this is causing issues in your home? You don't have to use that. We have a different solution. Now, that's saving money. Last, do you want to make money? I am not a salesperson. I was raised engineer. I'm born in France. Have you been wondering this whole time where my accent is from? I was born and raised in Paris. I was raised by 2 accountants. I have a very scientific mind. I'm a very organized person. I'm not a speaker. I am not a salesperson. I am at all. In fact, if I ever stop selling Norwex, I don't think I'll ever sell anything else, because I don't feel like I'm selling, I am sharing, okay? Now, I make money, it's all awesome, it has been life-changing, but at the end of the day, I am telling people, here's another solution for you to clean. Let me show you, and they get to make the decision. So what would you do with $400 a month? How would that bless your home, right? I know you may be working 3 jobs already. Maybe you're past those working years and you're like, I want to enjoy my retirement. Or like me, you're a stay-at-home mom who's homeschooling kids. My life is busy. We're all busy. But this product changes lives. We are in 3% of homes, which means there's about 97% of the US out there who has not seen the product's work, been to a party, used Norwex. So we need more consultants. If you ever sold anything else and you felt like that market was saturated, this is the opposite here, right? We don't have enough consultants. So you join for free. This is actually another reason people join, is to get the mop for free, because it is free to join, and then you can earn your kit free just as you do your first few parties, and you start earning money and really get a feel for what this business could be. And then if it's not something you like, then you don't have to sell a thing. After that, you can just go like, you know what, I'll just enjoy a 35% discount. Or you can go like, wow, I made $500. Let's keep going. Sev, help me, help guide me, and I will be right there. All right, so if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for your attention. I will see you on Messenger to give you the link.